Hey my beautiful souls. So today we're doing a vibrant, colorful makeup look using our new Whimsical Bloom makeup palette. Woo! It's beautiful. So I thought we could do that and have a little chit chat at the same time. I could tell you what's going on with me and, you know, have a real heart to heart. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Thanks so much for staying tuned. Okay, so if you didn't see the video where I got this beautiful palette, it's right here if you wanted to click on it. But I got this from my Ipsy mystery bags. It's a really pretty palette, and it's the first time I'm really using it. I swatched it for everybody when I hauled it, but I thought we could do a very colorful, vibrant look. And let's get started. I haven't done any makeup on my face yet, just the skincare. I like to do my eyebrows first, and I know not everybody does it that way, but it just kind of gives me like an outline, and then I usually go back and afterwards and kind of touch them up. I don't know why, it's just something I do. So okay, let's just start. 2025 has come out swinging for me. So is anyone else feeling that? It has been rough so far for me. Had some good things so far, but more challenges than not. Had a lot of changes physically, emotionally, mentally, all of it. And I don't know, I'll just go through it with you real quick if you want to know. So I wanted to talk to you guys about it because it's going to come through in the channels, you know, because I'm a human just like you guys. And this is just me being me on this channel. So I obviously want to entertain you and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, there's going to be times when, you know, I'm not feeling my best. And I do try to put my best foot forward, you know. But anyway, so we're friends, right? So friends talk about the real stuff. So physically, I have changed my medication from Mounjaro to Ozempic. If you don't know, I am currently pre-diabetic. I was on the verge of actual diabetic. Yeah, so I switched medications because Mounjaro stopped working for me. It just happens with these kind of medications sometimes. And I can't go any higher because when I go higher on that medication, it gives me panic attacks. So they changed me to a whole different class of medications. And so we'll see what happens, but I have to kind of start over a little bit. So I'm on the lower end. But I'm not sure how I feel about this one so far. I'm withholding judgment, but there's definitely, you know, changes. I feel like this one affects my stomach more than the Mounjaro ever did, which really didn't do too much. Like it is like I'll just be eating and then all of a sudden I feel I don't throw up, but all of a sudden I'll feel like nauseous. Just out of nowhere, you know. So I don't love that, but you know, so far it's just sort of a nuisance. It's not really a big issue, and hopefully it'll get better. A lot of those side effects go away. And sometimes they don't, but we'll see. But you know, it's a change, and those kind of medications can also affect your mental health. Especially when you're someone who's already on medications for your mental health. I have an anxiety disorder, and I also suffer from depression. And that's just something that is just who I am. It's going to be part of my makeup. Sometimes I'm perfectly fine with the depression, and then sometimes I'm not. And then the anxiety is very much like that as well. So, you know, it's just life. But when things get tough on the outside, it makes it that much more challenging for us all, right? So the medication challenges it's bothering me a little because I have gained some weight, and that's upsetting. Because it's like, oh, you feel so good when you drop some weight, and then when it starts creeping back on, it's very stressful. And sometimes I just can't figure out why sometimes. I don't know. But anyway, hopefully that will get better. I am making more of a concerted effort, or was before I got sick, but making more of an effort to drink more water, and exercise more. So hopefully that will start kicking in right after I'm finished getting better, because I have been very sick lately. The mother of all, I guess it was a cold virus. Oh my goodness. My sister and I both got it from her son, who was sick on Mother's Day, but we didn't know it yet. He just all of a sudden started getting a runny nose at dinner, and we were like, okay, I thought it was just allergies, but no, I always have to go in for the kisses and hugs, and then, you know, this is what happens. All right, I'm going to use my Anastasia brow gel. But anyway, so I'm finally starting to get past that. But it's been a long week. And so anyway, that's physically what's happening with me. Mentally, the depression is kind of kicking my ass lately. I do feel like I'm starting to kind of get back into the flow. Excuse me. You know, it's a time where I feel less hope than where I usually try to be a very positive, hopeful person. You know, we live in really scary times right now, and I get scared. There's no doubt, there's no other way to say it. I get scared, you know, and I also see my kids are scared for their futures, and it's just, I don't know, it's a lot. I will say 2 great things that have happened. My daughter graduated with her bachelor's in biology, and I'm super proud of her because she worked really hard for that degree. I mean, I don't know how you survive 4 different chemistry classes and 2 physics classes and 2 statistics classes. Hell no. Nope. The bio stuff, easy peasy. It's all the other science stuff that's really math in disguise, right? Those are the worst. But she did it. She got through. And I'm very, very proud of her. And so that's a good thing. And also my son, after working on books with his mentor, textbooks, he has a master's in criminology, and he's been working on writing textbooks with his former professor, who is also his mentor, since before COVID. I would say the year before COVID started. And when COVID hit, it crushed everything for everyone, right? But I feel like the youth really suffered because they missed out on so many opportunities, both my kids. My daughter was a senior in high school. My son was about to go for his master's, and they both had all these opportunities waiting in the wings, and COVID just annihilated them. So he was supposed to do a big presentation at a national conference. It was very exciting. It was a very exciting time until COVID came and squished it. And then all that stuff went away, and he had to get his master's online. So all the stuff, like he was supposed to work at the hate crime lab or something at Salem State U, and that didn't happen. And he was supposed to, you know, travel to Germany and do, I don't know. He did get to do a lot of things when he was in college before COVID. So he was lucky enough for that. And my daughter missed out on some opportunities as well. She was supposed to go to Greece. That didn't happen, and, you know. And, but they had finished one book. They have a 5-book deal, I guess, with this publishing company. and they had finished one or two, I can't remember, but two, I think. One of them, the company took it and then they decided not to print it. The second one, he was bummed because he only wrote one chapter on that one and it got cut from the book. It just didn't seem to flow with the rest of the book. But this one, he finally got on it, and then the next one, he'll be very much so, like a lot of it. So he's pretty excited, and he's getting looking forward to that, what comes with that. So we'll see. But I am very proud of him and very happy for him. So those are some good things, so it's not all bad. Another thing is, if you're new here, my dog was diagnosed with cancer, a very nasty one, hemangiosarcoma, which is cancer of the blood vessels. And anyway, we decided as a family that we were going to skip our trip this year, and we would invest in that. There is no supposed cure for it, although there are some dogs who have been cured. The vet will tell you no, but I've talked to them. I've talked to people. But they don't want you to get your hopes up, and I get that. It will extend her life, and it'll be quality time as well, the treatment. So she's already gotten 2 treatments so far. She has done remarkably well. I mean, you wouldn't even know that the girl had cancer. Like, she's full of energy and happy-go-lucky. So that's good news, right? It's good news. She's responding well to the treatment, and she's herself, and we get to have this quality time that I am so grateful for. But of course, there's always that in the back of your head. Well, when's that gonna end? And I don't want to think that way. I'm trying not to set myself up for, a real punch in the face, but I'm also trying to be positive thinking. We don't know. There's people whose dogs have gone over a year. There's people whose dogs who were, for all intensive purposes, for whatever, were cured because they went 3 years and they were already old dogs. So, maybe it would have come back, but it didn't. So that's what I'm hoping for. And why not? I'm asking for it from above. I might not get it, but, we're going to ask. All right, so I don't know really what I want I'm just winging it with this eyeshadow look. I think I'm going to go in with this pink on the lid. Then I think I'll do this darker one. And then I think I'm going to do this blue, this purple. Definitely want to do some shimmers. I somehow want to get this in there. Is that crazy? We'll see. So anyway, where was I? But I am very grateful for what I have so far with her. I've had a lot of extra. We went on the boat with her again. And that was one of my things when she was diagnosed. I was like, I just need more time, and I want to go on the boat at least one more time with her. Of course, that's never enough. You always want more, but I am grateful I got that. All right, so we've got that. Now we're going to do the darker one. The other thing is my daughter's having a hard time since she graduated. Her boyfriend doesn't live around here, and he's been having a hard time getting a job, like a good job, Since he graduated last year, he's had a couple jobs, and they were just terrible. And, yeah, so that's been a struggle, and, she wants him to move here, although she'd be willing to go there for a little while. But it's the job market out there is rough, as I'm all sure that you know. And the housing market is even worse. They're like, we're never gonna get to move out and be with each other. And I hope that's not true. And well, of course, it's never going to happen, but you know, I wish I was uber wealthy and I could buy a compound and all the people I love could be taken care of and on my compound. Wouldn't that be the dream? And oh, by the way, this compound is on the ocean and has a gorgeous pool and boathouse and dock with a boat. And I mean, hey, if you're gonna dream big, right? But anyway, especially in these very questionable times, it would be so nice to be able to feel like you can take care of everybody, you know, because everybody's kind of hurting right now. Between the prices of everything have gone even higher, which I didn't even think they could. Sorry if I'm breathing heavy. My asthma is also really bad. That's why I didn't wear the microphone, because I knew it would be really amplified there. But yeah, it's hard. I worry about my elderly relatives with their Medicaid and their Social Security. And, you know, they served this country too, and they shouldn't have to worry about those kind of things, you know, but they do. But yeah, so those things are stressful. Kind of putting some of this purple in, but I think it's kind of a lot lighter than it looks. So it's not really the dark that I wanted. So I'm going to go over it with this on the pink. Gives it a little more depth. With everything that's going on in the world, I don't know if you guys believe in this, but I'm an empath. And spiritually, if you talk about empaths, they are people who pick up on everyone else's emotions and feelings, and they carry them with them, like in a backpack. And that is me in a nutshell. And I've worked on it a lot in my life, and sometimes I'm able to kind of, you know, still help people, but kind of block it a little bit. But it takes a lot of energy, and I just feel like I don't have the energy right now. So, right now is tricky because there's just a lot of emotions out there. A lot. Wow, look at that. I like it. I might put this on the lower, like down here, bring it down here. What do you think? Then if you're talking psychologically, that can come from trauma when you're a child. And although, you know, I had lovely parents, there was no abuse there or anything like that, there was a little bit of abandonment there. My mom suffered really bad postpartum depression with me and my sister. And back then, the answer was, oh, send the kids to your parents, go back to work, and then send the kids to your parents for the weekend. So virtually, I barely saw my mom, you know? And then my mom was an amazing teacher, and she also ended up being the president of her union, and she was amazing at that. And my dad worked the night shift, and he ended up becoming the president of his union. They were very busy people. My dad was also a marathon runner who was extremely respected in the community. He helped train people. He was also a counselor for people with alcohol addiction. So my parents were very accomplished, but I've always felt lonely, if that's the word. When I was a kid, I always felt abandoned. And I know other people have had it far worse, believe me, I know. But it is just how I felt, and my sister felt the same way. So I always swore when I had kids I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom because I wanted that for my kids. And now that doesn't mean if you're not a stay-at-home mom, you're not an amazing mother. I'm sure you are. It just, for me and my temperament, and I really needed someone around, and I didn't have that as much. So I think that's where that comes from, where I would pick up Like, so the idea is, if you felt abandoned when you were young, as you get older, you are very good at picking out what things could make someone unhappy that they could then leave. You know what I mean? So you are always trying to fix so people don't leave. So isn't that sad? Sad. But so anyway, knowing that is also very helpful, like kind of healing that wound with a child. Because again, my parents were nice. There was nothing not nice about them. We never had any abuse or anything like that. It's just they were busy, and my mom was dealing with depression, and my dad was an alcoholic for the first 5 years of my life, and then he was focusing on helping other people get better too. And you know, and they didn't realize that I felt that way either. So, you know, there wasn't a lot of psychology going on back then. But anyway, wah, not a big deal. So I don't know. What do we think of this? I think it's coming together. I should have put a sticker here so we could, but I can just use a wipe for that. I don't want to be done. Let's do more. More color, please. So I've been thinking a lot about my channel, and obviously I need my channel to serve me. You know, what is going on with me? What do I want to do? Because if I hate it, then that's no fun. But I also want it to be something you guys like too. So I'm going to still do hauls. I'm still going to do those kinds of things. But lately I've been definitely craving less consumerism. I already have so many things. I'm taking this time when Temu is, and it still is to me. Yes, you can find some deals, you can still, but it's just not worth me having to go hunt for them to me. So I'm taking this time to kind of downsize and reevaluate, and I don't know. So kind of looking into other options to add to the channel. But let me know what you guys think. What is something you would like to see on the channel? Again, I'm still going to do hauls. It's just not going to be as much maybe. I do feel like bad spending money right now because things are crazy out there. The prices of everything have gone insane. And, you know, we have the added expense of taking care of my dog. Her procedures, I mean, her treatments cost a lot. And then the cat gets sick too. I don't know if I ever told you that. My cat had a horrible asthma attack, ended up in the hospital for several days. And so that was like another couple $1,000s. 2 nights. So yeah, but anyway, we're grateful they're okay. Many people's businesses, our business is kind of taking a decline with everything that's going on right now. So I feel like I need to be a little more cautious with spending money. But anyway, my sister and I are thinking about doing a Whatnot channel together. So I'll probably add, I'm not going to get rid of this channel, but the Whatnot, if you don't know what Whatnot is, I showed some of the stuff my sister hauled from there, but she's also selling. And we're thinking about starting a crystal channel for Whatnot. And so I could show you the ins and outs of that on this channel as well. I genuinely want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think about what you might want to see added to the channel. And what, you know, what's going on with you? Are you kind of getting over the consumerism thing lately, or are you full force in? And also, what's going on with you? I want to know. Good, bad, what's been hard, what's been beautiful, what's real, you know? I want to know. Let me know. And if you don't want to say it in the comments, you can email me. My email is always in the description. I'm not giving up on this channel. I'm worried about the future of it, but I'm not giving up on it because I love it. I love this channel. I love you guys. Oh, I was also thinking about doing some lives. I don't know. I think there would probably be like nobody. Nobody there. No, I think 1 or 2 people might show up. I don't know. I thought it would be fun. I see other people do them. I like to get on and say hi to everybody. So yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Anyway, that's what's going on. I'm sorry this is all over the place. My brain just isn't functioning. But what do we think about the eye makeup? All right, so after I put the white up here, just to kind of, you know, bring my eyes up, I'm going to use some setting powder to just kind of buff out the line a little bit. This video, I have a really hard time doing makeup and talking at the same time. It's kind of a prerequisite of doing a get ready with me. But anyway, I love it. I love it. This isn't outrageous or anything. I mean, I intended it for it to be outrageous, and then, I don't know, it just got muted a little bit, and it all in a very beautiful way. And I don't want to mess with it now, because I love it so much. What do we think? I'm using the Laura Geller eyeliner in black. And I'm just going to go in that tight line, which is the did I just poke my eye? The lash line. And not the waterline, the lash line. And sometimes you're going to get some on the waterline, but you can always take a Q-tip and kind of take that off, because it does tend to smudge when it gets in there. And then I just kind of go up in each sort of lash in between. And kind of want to do a wing, but I don't know. Maybe just a little. Yeah, that's good. I'm not interested in looking backwards anymore. I want to be here and present and driving myself forward, if that means, and if that makes sense. Yeah. So what did you guys do for Memorial Day weekend? I was sick, so I didn't really do anything, but I got some friend mail, my first friend mail. But Jody from Jody's Cozy Cottage, which I will link down below, did email me and ask me for my address, and she sent me a lovely card with some stickers and some flag earrings for Memorial Day. And I was so grateful and touched that she thought of me. So thank you so much, Jody. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it meant a lot. So it was a nice lift me up too, because pick me up, right? It was a nice pick me up because I felt so crappy. So thank you again. But hopefully you guys all had a good time and you had good weather. We didn't have good weather either, so it wasn't a little less painful to be sick for the weekend. But yeah, it was kind of a bummer. But I hope everybody else had better weather, or that you were at least able to enjoy. I'm just putting some of the sparkles on now, some of the shimmers. I forgot about that. It went more purpley than I expected it to, but that's okay. All right, I think my mascara, yep, fell on the floor, so hold on. All right, for mascara, I'm gonna use this Tartelette by Tarte tubing mascara. Have you guys seen any of the controversy with Tarte lately? So I guess this indie brand that I'm sorry, I don't know the name of, but they had this great campaign last year where it was a stick. I don't know if it was lipstick or a mascara or what, but their campaign was Big Stick Energy. And I guess Tarte then took that and made something of their own with that same phrase, big stick energy. And the other brand was like upset about it because they're like, you know what? We've had so many things stolen from these big brands. Because when you're a small company, it's really hard to copyright things because like that's just one campaign for one product and then it ends, you know? So to take the time and the money it costs to copyright it for a small brand, that's a lot. So, because everyone was like, why don't you copyright it if you don't want people to take it? But that's why. It's hard on the little guy, you know? This is why it's hard to get to be the big guy. Because you don't have the same funds they do. But anyway, I don't really think big stick energy is that unique. I think what bugged me though was that like Tarte is a huge brand and it has a lot of money and it has a whole marketing department or marketing company that works for them, whatever. But you couldn't come up with something else of your own that was maybe even better, more original. Nope, let's just steal the little guy's idea. And I don't know, maybe they didn't steal it. Maybe they had this idea in the pocket forever. Who knows? Maybe it was just a coincidence. I just feel like it's weird. But I think what really bothered me wasn't that happened. It was then the owner did all these social media posts where she like was like, people saying they're not going to buy my product because I, did that. Ha ha ha. And then she's like, meanwhile, I'm a billionaireess or something ridiculous. And she's popping champagne. It was just icky. It was like, really, are you a child? Yeah, I didn't like it. It was off-putting to me and very icky in these times, where everybody is struggling for you to like, look at me, like that just sucked. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I do like this tubing mascara quite a bit, but I probably wouldn't buy it. So yeah, anyway. I probably should find out the name of the brand. Maybe I'll buy their stuff. Okay, and if I find it out, I will put it down below. I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup. Okay, that's the finished look. What do we think? I think it's really pretty. It didn't come out nearly as over the top as I expected. Next time, I think I want to use this orange and some of the blues with it. Won't that be amazing? Okay, so you know what though? I'm looking at myself and I'm like, and you got a drab t-shirt, you got this drab headband. I think I'm gonna put something on just a little bit more colorful, okay? Well, just a little. What do we think? Okay, so maybe it's just a little more than a little bit of color, but that's okay. Yes, is this the Mrs. Roper caftan shirt? Yes, it is. Yes, it is, darlings. And, just saying. I got my beautiful grease pink wig and these crazy flamingo earrings, and I feel very colorful now. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for hanging out, and I look forward to hearing from everybody. If this video resonated with you, why not give it a like? I know I would appreciate it. And yeah, pass it along if you think someone else might like it. Until next time, I really appreciate you guys. Bye.